Hello? I haven't said anything until this moment. Books Dave's likes season. How am I? Um, I'm good. I would say overall, yesterday and today were pretty good. One thing that I didn't mention yesterday was that Nakomi and I went out and did another escape room, one of our little favorites to do when we're out. Um, so we hit the escape game, and they had a new one that we haven't done. That was it was like I think it's called the Time Travel Express or something like that. The concept is it's a time traveling train, and it was a good one. It was pretty interesting. You start in essentially a train car. And one of the things that's nice about the escape game is they have really great production value. So that's one of the things we really like about theirs is that the rooms are really nicely set up and designed. They look very cool. They look like they give a shit, you know. Um, and it was a fun one. The only thing about it, and it was our fault, was that and this happens to us often. These puzzles are designed for like 6 to 8 people to do, right? So one of the things that can commonly happen when there's just like two of you is that you can overlook some small thing that's critical to advance, and then you're just stuck. So disappointingly, had a kind of we had one of those at the beginning of our um, experience, and that slowed us down, but it was fairly minor. We did end up hitting a button, the hint button, to figure that out, and then we both simultaneously we slapped our foreheads and said "Joe," and then continued. After that, though, we were on fire. Basically, we. Can you guys stop with like? I don't know. Did you all just come back from improv class? Anyway, uh, fucking, it was fun. Is the point? We did manage to, if you forgive the one hint, we did manage to complete it um, with like 8 or 9 minutes to go. So technically, if we hadn't had that one little oversight at the beginning, which I think cost us honestly like 10 minutes, we would have been close to finishing it like with 20 minutes left on the clock, which is pretty baller for a duo on a puzzle first time.
I'm ready for my beating.
Yeah, tell me about it. Blake, thank you for 103 months. Appreciate you. So that was cool. The employees there, the staff really glazed us up as well. I always have mixed feelings about that because I can't. Like, I think obviously they're paid to also be like, wow, you guys were amazing at the puzzle. But they also seemed like they were puzzle nerds, so I'm always like, are you saying this to us because you're being paid to say it, or because if you guys want to talk puzzles, we'll talk puzzles. And actually, one of the dudes there we suspect was possibly one of the designers of, like, I don't know in general, but maybe because there was somebody who we were talking to when we were on our way out who was talking, like, just had lots of knowledge about all the various puzzles that the company has done. And apparently there's puzzles that are only available if you go to like the Nashville locations, and also another one like in DC where they absorbed another escape room company, but then they kept the puzzles and they like revamped them or something. So there's all these other ones because we were like, well, we think we've done basically all of your puzzles except for one now. And then he was like, actually, here's like 18 of them you haven't done. So anyway, that was a good time. And I wanted to brag that we did a really good job on that puzzle. He didn't say I made that, but he had a wealth of knowledge that made us suspect that he might be perhaps one of the puzzle designers. As for today, we did start the day with another visiting another rental. This one was interesting. We're probably not going to go for it because it was a cute place, but it was a real hodgepodge house. It felt like a house made out of other houses, which that's not really bad. It had character and it had a lot of qualities that would have made it pretty good for us, but it felt like it would have been something that we definitely like, if it were a house we were buying, then it would be something to jump on because then we could sort of continue the hodgepodge, fix the things we don't like, etc., and so forth. But as a rental, eh. So probably not on that one in that regard. And then what the fuck else did we do? We went around. Oh yeah, okay. So then we went. We checked out a place that we had been meaning to called Moosey Moosey, and moose as in like the dessert. And it was lovely. It was a lovely little place. Apart from the fact that they had a Labubu display that took up like 1/4 of a wall, that that we could have done without. Whatever. They like what they like. Uh, and then I got what was called the breakfast bomb, and it was fucking delicious. It was bacon, egg, sausage, cheese on a croissant sandwich. Came with, to my surprise, potato chips. um, and Nakomi got a waffle, it had blueberries and strawberries and ice cream. She also got a couple of cakes. They had Pokemon shaped cakes, little ones, little cute cakes, things like that. It was good. It was just really good. Would go back. Will say it's expensive. I had a delicious caramel macchiato, and Nakomi got a tiramisu milk tea. Not as good, but the caramel macchiato was um, heavenly. And then after that, we went and got mani pedis. That was my first time, and I will say I didn't ever really have any particular objection to it, other than the sort of social awkwardness piece of like having someone handling my what I consider to be gross ass feet. Um, that's my main sort of issue. It's just social awkward. And it was fine. It was lovely. Um, so my feet and lower legs got a beautiful treatment, and they still feel lovely. It was worth it. I mean, I don't know what to say. End of the day, it was extremely worth it. Little foot bath, and then they completely take care of your feet. And then at the end, got the mani, and never had one before. And my nails are so smooth and shiny. They're like little pearls. I just don't know. I've never had this before. They're so nice. They're so nice and clean and smooth and lovely. We just went for a clear. I didn't do a color this time. I wasn't that ambitious. I don't really have an issue with that either. I just didn't have anything in mind, and it was my first time, so we just did it clear. But they are coated, so I had to do the UV. You know, they baked it, whatever, however that works. But pushing your cuticles back. I don't even really know what to tell you about that. I guess that sort of occurred. They used tools on my nails that I have never seen before. I I have no idea some of the stuff they were doing. Um, like she was going along the edges of the nails, and I think like I don't even know, like trimming. You know how you get that sort of weird on the sides of your nails? I don't know. Everybody's fingernails are different, so maybe you don't get this, but I get a bit of like there's a sort of skin and nail no man's land sometimes that happens sort of on the sides of my nails. Um, and I don't know what that's called, but they have a tool for getting in there. They are actually kind of like bolt cutters. Because I was looking at it, I was staring at it. I'm like, I've never seen whatever that is before. It looks like it hurt, but it doesn't. And she's going around the edge of my nail, and just looks like she's just cutting, but it felt fine. Like I don't know, it looked scary. It felt fine. There was one of my pinkies. I did spring a little leak of blood, but it was fine. She immediately was just boom, hit it with some alcohol, blah blah, no big deal. But otherwise, just painless and an interesting experience. So, yeah, it was difficult to sit through the foot parts, but afterwards it felt quite nice, and I'm glad I did it. It's fine. It is expensive. I will say that. But honestly, I felt like a criminal for having someone handle my feet. I felt like I felt like I got off cheaply. What in the fucking world, pups, are you talking about? Christ on a cracker, dude. uh, but yeah, it was nice. And then what else? What else happened in our day? Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Uh, After the mani-pedi, we went and we snooped on another property or two. I think that we are gonna be visiting, and uh, this is gonna sound crazy, but like the next thing we did was eat again. I think. Actually, I think we had gone quite far afield, so there was a lot of driving. That was what happened because there was like many, many hours between when we first ate and when we ate again. Um, and we hit up a Michigan uh, originating new restaurant franchise, apparently, that was expanding into the Cleveland area. Yes, Michigan once again can't escape. I believe it originated in Dearborn, but it was Pita Way. Anybody familiar with Pita Way? No. Okay. Well, Dearborn, yeah, I believe. Pita, Way, like Subway, but for pita. I believe is the thinking. Terrible, terrible, terrible name choice and branding. But never had heard of it or whatever. Saw some signs up, buy one get one on the sandwich, and we popped the fuck in, and it was good. It was good. It was, man. They had like 15 people manning the the stations. Essentially it's like you're doing a pita or a euro, but Subway style. So there's sort of the manufacturing line, and they have light meat chicken, dark meat chicken. They have Euro meat. They have falafel. They have hummus, and they've got Mediterranean basically is what's going on, and it's good. It does slap. I got nothing like crazy. I did a sandwich with Euro meat, lettuce, hummus, and white sauce. Just kept it simple, and it was good. I think that's what I got was their garlic sauce, and man, that first bite I had, well, I was blown away. It was super fucking good. The only problem with it, from both mine and Nakomi's perspective, is that it just was not evenly distributed. So, like in my sandwich, there was a lot of bites that it was like, okay, well, this was just a hummus bite, which isn't really, yeah. They call it a sandwich, yes. In fact, on the menu, there's a TM after that, and that's exactly how they spell it, IPA. So there you go. And then we came back and we chilled, and that was our day today. Oh, we did hit up one other place. There was a not just retro games, but you know, collectibles in general place called the Exchange. We hit up that and picked up some stuff there, so that was nice. For whatever reason, I had it on my mind, so we picked up Ace Combat 5, 6, and 7 because that's a series that at some point I want to do. And then additionally, randomly, I saw House of the Dead 3 for Xbox and picked that up. And then outside of that, they had a see-through green Xbox, and of course, at the moment, my Xbox is down for the count. I was really tempted, but it would have been an excessive purchase, so did not go that far. But yeah, them's the updates for this day. I don't know at the moment, Doug. I think so. The Xbox boots up, it just won't read disks, and yeah, so potentially the drive. I need to crack it open and see. I need to check things, see what's wrong. But yeah, it's a drag. Yeah, it's a while back now. Yeah, so I don't like that being the case. Well, let's get into this finally. Let's get into Kentucky Route Zero. Um, are we on the entertainment? We must be. That's what it is telling me it's on. Well, in particular, the Xbox had like a death cap that was related to the clock. The clock capacitor, I believe, was unknown, but it was certain models had this issue and others didn't. Well, wait, is this first person? Whoa, 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 whoa. Twin sound cues. Sound one, distant highway. Sound two, drone number one. When you look at the different scenes, they they light up and it takes over the camera a little. This is really awesome. Gotcha. Thank you, Dave. That's useful context. No beer today. This conversation really goes on. Oh, I feel like the dude just looked at me. That's whoa. Okay. When I moved it, his head turned away. That was wild. Hmm. The lower depths. It's wild how long this conversation goes on. Oh, there's other people here. I didn't look over to the right like that. I just let go of the camera and it's just sort of taken over, and it went back to them speaking. What? I like the brick sandwich. It's done this on its own again. They're talking about me now. He's looking right at me. Evelyn hates me. I'm not Ted. Selling hammers. The entertainment. Junebug. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, put it back on that weird dinosaur show. This is fascinating.
One, two, and three. Thank you, Tim NZ.
Tim, it's month day again. Indeed, it is. Thank you for 148 months. Very much appreciated, Tim. I heard. Did I hear? Oh, hello? That's me. I'm the sot in the corner. Yeah, I'm Mr. Sot. I feel like a weird, like a fourth wheel, you know? Like, not really in this conversation, but it's the entertainment. It's all there is. I mean, I'm fascinated by this, all the, just the whole thing, like whatever this conversation is, wherever it's going, the way it's choosing to draw the camera here and there. Like just then, when the light got a little brighter on the left side, the camera sort of took notice of it and then came back. I'm not doing that. I can move the camera around, but at the moment, I'm just letting it kind of take the wheel. Bugs, if you weren't here for the beginning, I got my mani pedi today with Nakomi, and it was fine. It was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would do it again. This feels like a very natural conversation ish. Wonder what all time period this is supposed to take place. Kind of 70s ish. They have a new financial technology. A new kind of debt. Is that going to be credit cards? If so, then this is definitely around the 70s. Oh, secured loans. Hmm. Uh, huh. Right. This is very analogous to today. Today, it was well, yeah, I was gonna say payday loans, and then now that's metastasized into shit like Klarna, right? fucking pay as you go on like a burger from DoorDash. Oh shit. Right. Right. This is all real. Something ethical. Yeah. This game is so far up my alley. It's crazy. Oh my god. Wow. Harry's had it. All right, we're doing another transition. There goes Pearl. Oh. Hey, they're also having a brick sandwich. Ah, are these Pearl's parents? This is so cool, man. I mean, I'm not like doing anything. I'm just watching at this point, but I'm perfectly satisfied to just watch. Oh boy. Reckoning. Damn. I don't think Harry knew they were joking. They're not really keeping it under their hat. Maybe she shouldn't have told. No voice acting tonight. I mean, the game is making little voices for them. I don't know. It just feels better to just sort of absorb this experience. And scene. Son of a bitch. Selling hammers and hammering shop girls. Free of parasites. Hmm. I hate that kind of shit. Yeah, so fucking celebrate. He said maybe. This is heavy stuff. Maybe eventually. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually. Just remember, eventually. Why does Pearl keep buying her drinks? Damn. Okay. Harry's popping off. Harry's fucking done. Oh, wow. He didn't go on vacation. Uh, hey, Penny. Hi, Penny. Huh. What's going on? What is the reckoning here? Eventually, maybe eventually. They put it in the whiskey. Oh. Uh-oh. Holy shit? Question mark? What the fuck? Wow. That was crazy. Holy. I really liked how that played out. And it started so gently and quietly, just a conversation between two people. It seemed benign and normal. And then slowly but surely, it all starts to come out. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that was really an interesting piece. 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight. So get out those parasols. Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit. So if you're headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend. Sugar? Oh, this is Lysette. Just a little. I forgot how you take your coffee. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. I heard you yelling. Bad dreams? We were up on a roof, Ira and I, and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea. Charlie was reading. We were surrounded by other houses, closely packed. Huge sidewalks. It must have been a. What's that word? A subdivision. That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people were gathered, standing quietly. A man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday or when the sun set? Something like that. He wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up, and Ira told him to watch his step, and then I remembered. I woke up before I could stop him. Charlie was alone on that roof. I guess he was. He was so bright. His teacher said, what was the word? imaginative. That's it. How could I forget? It wasn't his fault. It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's an accident. Sure. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. Long drive? What makes you think so? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it. Not much left back there. That's good. I wouldn't want a disused pile of antiques to be my... Oh, what's the word? Legacy. Maybe? No, that's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something. Or I've had too much. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there will start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallway? Those are Charlie's old books. Oh. I thought we could look them together. That sounds nice. Packrat, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Ponderers. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Sure, Liz. I'll wait with you. There's your traffic and weather on the fives. That's every 10 minutes. Brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. Ugh. He's got a dead leg. A dead leg. But that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want a bill for... Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... I was dreaming. That's unlikely. Neripnol TM is quite powerful. In fact, many patients report a sensation of lost time. Do you feel like you've lost time? I feel fine. Good. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the important part. Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it. Well? Night bugs. Seems better, but it wasn't worth it. Come on. Of course it was worth it. We've got you've got work to do, right? Your delivery. Man. Wow, yeah. It's really worth it. I'm so glad I got my leg fixed so I can do my delivery. Awesome. Your thoughts and feelings are probably a little nebulous from the Neripnol TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least for another hour or two, regardless. Thank you, Doctor. Sure, it's. Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of: recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. How long am I going to be recovering? Well, at your age, I want to be clear, you should expect lingering effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water. Jesus. Avoid extremes of temperature. I'd stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. Dusty roads, mountain lions. Good advice in any context. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. Hmm. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything about the build that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. What are you fishing for? Just out on the lake. Stripers, maybe. Got to keep those wrists and elbows limber, you know. Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects of the Neripnol TM. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about. Just keep it in mind. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck. Holy fucking shit, man. God damn. Yep. We just got that leg now forever. Get some rest back there. I don't feel much rested myself. But I'm tired most of the time these days. Fuck. How are the drugs treating you? I feel. I don't like to take medicine. Nah, it's good for you. He's a doctor, right? I know what you mean, though. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor, or health insurance, or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a cut got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, Mom would talk to so and who knew so and so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy anecdotal warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it. Like magic, dangerous, mysterious. Weaver's folks couldn't help? Yeah, they had pretty good health care through the university for a while there. A couple times they'd swing something, so I got a bit of whatever Weaver needed. In high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once. And you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room. You know. So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Did it help? At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind of presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed, my notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny nothing moment. My mom patching up the side of a bird cage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound. The cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie, sorry. My parents came back from the triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of my bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching that birdcage with a 1,000-yard stare. Wow. Emily. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day of the year, except Labor Day. Last admission is at 4 p.m. daily. Damn. Try the door. Are you folks lost? And then what? Ben, you're being very uptight right now. You're right, it's unlocked. I'm not sure it's finished in there, though. What's finished? Would it be better if it were finished? Can we be sure of that? This late, you'll wake someone up. Hush. I think I heard a voice. Maybe a security guard? I didn't hear anything. We're just too late. Let's come back tomorrow. These exchanges with these people, the way that they never speak to Conway, they never acknowledge his existence. It feels like kind of a classist thing going on, where it's like you've got these three who are just sort of tourists in the world. They're not really of the world. And interacting with someone like Conway would be sort of beneath them. That's how it feels. All right, let's go in. If everything's shut down, it'll be pretty boring. Any of you folks know a diner or something around here? What? I said it'll be boring. No, we have flashlights. Look, if we visit by day, we see what they want us to see. If we visit by night, it's all up to us. Emily, Ben, and Bob argue about whether to enter the museum. So, what's the plan here? What do you think? Well, we've got to get back on the Zero and bring these documents back to the clerk at the bureau. I'm just not sure how to get there. The entrance at the farmhouse was gone. Let's ask at the gas station if he knows another route. Sure, okay. Worth a shot. It's time to go. Is Julian going to be following us now, I wonder? Or is Julian just going to always be here near the museum? Probably, right? Ah. Well, folks, I know this was a shorty, but I am exceedingly tired. And I believe this was a pretty good little installment. I enjoyed the entertainment very much. And I love how Conway now has basically this debt leg, the horror leg. It's like a really good representation of how it feels. It is exactly how it feels. You have these burdens. You have things where, you know, on the one hand, you need them, but on the other, they've been turned into shackles. Expect bones. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night.